Yeah. Boy, I don't know if this will work, but we're live. Ah. Hello, my beautiful people. Jamaican youth in the building. Man, we trying to get set up for do a live. Never really done a live before, and we here wanting to talk some football. You see the thumbnail, or you see the topic that we're working on. I'm new to this, people, so just bear with me as I set this up. I just trying to do a little live because I want to talk about some things and involve a few of us. So just give me a moment while I try and figure out a few things. Um, I have a special guest coming on, and I want to make sure that he is able to come on. So just bear with me. Yeah, so tonight we're really going to talk about, a post game analysis of Jamaica versus Canada. I mean, we kind of talked about that before, but we want to kind of delve a little bit into a few things that maybe I never talk about in the prior video. I talk about with Jamaica versus Canada, and see if we can really get a little bit more in depth. I see two people in the building. Thanks for joining. You know, where one or two is gathered. Where one or two is gathered, we're gonna make it work. Yeah, I'm trying to get in a special guest with me to talk. I don't want to say who the special guest is because, to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's going to work. I sent out a link to see if I can get that person over here to talk some football with me. But we're going to see if he comes on. It's the first time I'm doing this, and I am kind of still getting used to it. But we're going to talk about Jamaica and Canada, and they where do we go from here? Really, where do we go from here? It's a big win, and we are in a moment now where we are on this nice win. Everybody's happy and everything, and we're looking forward to bigger things coming up in the future. We're looking forward to next year March, when the Nations League kicks into the semifinal stage, and for the first time in history we are there, and that has to feel good. If you're a Reggae Boyz fan, that just has to feel good. So we're going to delve into that a little bit, and just talk about a few more things about what is on the fans' minds. Because I hear a lot of people saying stuff that has caught my attention a little bit, and we some of the stuff I'm going to bring up, we kind of skim over a lot of the time, but I want to spend a little time talking about it tonight and see if we can get anywhere. And I don't plan to be very long, but I want to spend enough time to talk about whatever it is we want to talk about in hitting these points. So as I go along, as you come in the building, please hit the like button, because it helps to send it out to a lot of people. And we thank you for being here. To be honest with you, for those of you watching this stream right now, we really appreciate your presence. And we just ask you to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button as we talk some football tonight. And we're just gonna get right into it. So as I was saying, Jamaica beating Canada, euphoric moment, historic, epic, all of that. I was in the stadium. I fully enjoyed it. Tons of Jamaican fans in the stadium, and it was a good moment. It was a good, it was a feel good moment. And it just happened to be a blessing that I decided to go, because to be honest with you, after the first game that we did, I was like, man, I don't see Jamaica going to Toronto and beating Canada at all, because we just never did look the part. We got those chances and we never put them away. And I know we're supposed to go into Toronto and BMO Field in their main stadium and beat them. There's no way that's gonna happen. That's what I was thinking in my mind. So I was like, if they had gotten a draw, I would have gone, but maybe no, I'm not gonna go. No, I changed my mind. I ended up going, and man, in there, it definitely was a really good moment. And yes, that game had everything. That game had everything that you could ever want. So yeah, somebody, man, I have to figure this out. I don't know how to add somebody to the live stream, and that is what I am having an issue with. All right, I'm gonna keep going and see if I can. I might have to do that another time, because like I can't figure it out, and I was spending some time trying to see how to add somebody, and I just can't figure it out. But in any event, make we just continue for a little bit. So in the stadium itself, the actual moment in the stadium, feeling everybody being there, the fans, gathered around, after the game, trying to meet the players and everything. It was a really good feeling. And I just want to encourage people, you need to start supporting the team, especially, with Copa America coming up, even from the Nations League. We need to start warm up this team moving into the World Cup, because World Cup is 2026. All right, no, I like Jamaica's chances. I like Jamaica's chances of the World Cup, of qualifying for this World Cup. Before, after that game on Saturday, I was like, But no, this renewed feeling, we need to build on it. We really, really, really need to build on it. So I hope that people have a renewed sense of, let's go out there and really put our hands and heart together and support this team and get out there and help them win more games. So Jamaica versus Canada, all of you who watched it saw it. You saw the first half, we were totally, overrun by Canada. We weren't we never looked like we were going to win. Even the Canadian fans and supporters were saying it. And it never really it wasn't really materializing in that first half for us. Bless up Tyrone Williams. Yeah, man, thank you for being here. It didn't seem like it was materializing in that first half. But then, the second half came around. Damian Lowe stepped up. He put in that first challenge that he put in over. I mean, it was before that still. The first aggressive challenge he put in, I think he got a yellow card for it. But that second tackle that he put in over on the left hand side going towards goal. This is right after the goalkeeper was juggling. The Canadian goalkeeper was juggling. And then passed out the ball. Not that was an error on his part, but I bet he will never do that again. He was taking the game lightly. And, Damian Lowe made a good tackle, made a pass to Boza, and Boza, poured it in the back of the net. And that started the comeback for Jamaica. And we ended up with the W, a massive, massive W. And, it's good. It was good to see Jamaica show some fight for once. Shouldn't say for once, because they came back against Haiti too. But Haiti, we are kind of expected to beat them. A team like Canada, the fight that we showed against a team like that, in a country like that, in an environment like that, that's what we're going to need. And Jamaica, no, you might become a victim of your own success, because as a fan, I am going to expect of you to give that type of fight whenever you play. We're not just going to sit down and roll over and make teams beat us anymore. You know, so even if we lose moving forward, you know, I want to see fight. You know, a lot of people call for, you know, free flowing football and, you know, they want to see a pattern of play or a style of play with Jamaica's football. And, you know, I agree to an extent. You know, I want to see beautiful football too. I want to see a lot of passes. You know, you look at a team like Clarendon College and how they're playing in the DaCosta Cup. Would I love to see that as a blueprint for Jamaica's football? I always have thought that Lenny Hyde is a really good youth coach, and you want someone like him, like in terms of the passing aspect of the game. You know, you want someone like him to kind of like train the youths, you know, simply put, you know. But, you know, bless up Danny, Dan Booty. Yeah, bless up for being here, man. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, you know, you see, as some, I would love to see him with the youths them, but there's an aspect of football that, you know what I mean, when all the chalk and talk is done, meaning the education of football, when all of the education of football, the technique, how for control, how for pass, you know, how for kick the ball, how for position your foot over the ball, all of that, when all of that is taught, then there's another aspect of it that is just, you know, heart and fight and who wants it more. You know what I mean? Because you know, you look at Jamaica and Canada, all of those players are top players. The players on Canada and the players on Jamaica are top players. You know, they're playing in some top leagues in the world. Alfonso Davis is playing for Bayern Munich. I mean, it doesn't get much higher than that. You know, so you have really top-notch players playing in that game. Now, some are playing at a higher level than others, but still, all of those players are professional players. They're playing week in, week out in their clubs. And if you want to win, you're gonna have to show the heart for win. You know, and that is what I see. I saw in the game on Tuesday night. I saw guts. They have this saying was saying, no guts, no glory. No guts, no glory. Jamaica showed some guts on Tuesday night, and we really appreciate of it. You know, we really appreciate of it. We want to see that fight there. Anytime we go out for play a game internationally, you know, we want to see the guts, because if you don't put in the effort, you're not going to get to nothing. So kudos to all of the top, you know, the top players, the main players. Damian Lowe, yeah, he definitely brought the heart and the guts in the second half. Yeah, but it, you know, Damian Lowe was the spark is like a lighter. You flip the lighter and you see the spark, and then, you know, the spark really did it, so that when the gas hit the spark, the fire light, Damian Lowe was the spark, right? But it took a lot from many different players, though, you know. Exactly. Now they know what it takes to win against big teams. You see me? Bless up, man. Courtney Brown, bless up, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. But now they know what it takes to beat big teams. It just doesn't take, you know, you can plan and plan, but you know what it takes to beat big teams. You know, you need bless up Richard and Courtney. Bless up. Thanks for being here again, man. You know, but you need guts and determination as well, you know. So we expect that from, you know. We expect that we expect to see a change in the midfield, because we saw that Latibo there wasn't working there. We saw that Hallgrimson made that change and now put in Damian Lowe. We don't know that Damian Lowe is the final product or the finish there. And you know, we're going to have to do some more changes. You know, we're going to have to look to get a proper midfielder in there. Somebody that has some aggression. You know, somebody that I say has that dog in them. And Damian Lowe had that dog in him that night. But again, it wasn't only Damian Lowe. It was Damian Lowe. It was Damari Gray. Very important player for us. We just look like a different team when Damari Gray is there. You know, there's just no going around that. Damari Gray is just class personified, man. That guy comes onto this team and he hit the ground running. You know what I mean? Like that guy hit the ground running, you know? So, you know, it was Damian Lowe, it was Damari Gray, it was Andre Blake, it was Bobby Reed, it was you know, Shamar Nicholson, you know, and I'm gonna talk about Liam Bailey soon. Liam Bailey missed a lot of chances, but Liam Bailey is a good player for us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure every rational minded person would admit that. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, bro. Thank you for being here, man. And you know, forgive me if I'm missing some of the you know the comments because I'm new to this. So after tonight, I'm gonna kind of delve more into how to do this better because this I'm not good at it right now, but I have to improve on it myself. But yeah, Liam Bailey, I'm gonna come back to him, but he is a great player for us, and I know that people are frustrated that Liam Bailey didn't score the 5 chances they want him get. Me frustrated to not telling a lie because it's like, you know, Liam Bailey to me is that player that was so, you know, essentially what Damari Gray has been for us is what I thought Liam Bailey would have been for us too. Right, Liam Bailey, yes, Brooks. Liam Bailey played well, he just never took his chances. So he's a great player for us, but we have to be careful how we critique these players. It's okay for us to feel you know, a little frustrated when they don't score, but a player like Liam Bailey, we have to keep a little bit of encouragement behind him too, because it does affect him when we are too negative towards him. I can see that, you know. So, but it was all of those players: Damari Gray, Bobby Reed, Shamar Nicholson, Andre Blake, Damian Lowe. I put Liam Bailey in it too. You know, they all played well. Hector came in and put in a shift. Ethan Pinnock, he's always the consummate professional. The team did well, you know, and you know, I can't even praise them enough because, as I said, I never they really think that them they're gonna do it, but they did it. So we really appreciate them for that. And I want to ask fans to go out and show the players the love. Show the players the love on them Instagram or them social media. But also when it's time to you know, when it's time to support the team, to go out there in the stadium and be in the stadium with them, pay your money and go in there and watch them. You know, they deserve our support. Daniel Johnson too, yes. Thank you, Shami Liverpool. Yes. Daniel Johnson was outstanding too, even though a lot of people beat him, kind of unnecessarily, in my opinion. Daniel Johnson has been a good player for us too. But yes, go out in the stadium, be in the stadium in there, and help us, you know, help the team along. So, what does this mean for Jamaica? You know, I'm just going to kind of discuss some of the things them that, you know, I wanted to discuss with my guests. You know, unfortunately, I can't get him on tonight because of my just not knowing how this thing works. But I promise next time I'll figure it out and do a better stream. But what does this mean for Bailey must keep the same Villa energy in the Reggae Boyz shirt? I feel that way too, you know. Like when him play for Villa, it's like him you know, him really, you know, although Bailey and my baller, it's almost like him take Villa more serious sometimes when him play than when him play for Jamaica. Even though that's just the frustration in me talking. I can't imagine saying take Villa more serious, but I think that maybe there's more pressure from the English fans on him there, and he knows that, you know, it's him have a very short leash there, so him have to, you know, him have to play a little bit more serious. With Jamaica, Bailey have to start. Him have to start, you know. I mean, because if you take out Bailey out of the starting side, who do you replace him with? You know? I think that is why I think we need somebody like a Ronaldo Cephas. A man like Cephas should never not be in the squad unless he's just totally off form and just not doing well. But for me, Cephas should never not be in the squad, because we need players like Cephas, not only because he's a good replacement if a man like Bobby Reed, Liam Bailey, or Demari Gray is injured, but he also puts pressure on the other players because Cephas is performing in Turkey, right? So when you have him there, a player like Liam Bailey might not feel as comfortable, or Demari Gray, because there's somebody there who, if you don't perform, that man is chomping at the bit to come and take his spot. That is what we want. We need competition in the squad. No player should feel like, I am a shoe-in, I'm a sure starter. Even if you are, there is somebody that's equally as good or close to being good. We may have to consider the professional environment at Villa, which allows them to focus on football. Yes, that is true too. That is true. That is another aspect, which is why we need, we can. There is another discussion we need to have about what type of environment we're creating for our players when they come from their professional environment here. It's a discussion that needs to be had. But what does it mean for the national team going forward? Well, we already know that Jamaica has now qualified for the Copa America. We have also qualified for the semi-final of the Nations League. And it now means that the preparation that is going to be needed for that to for us to be successful in those tournaments is going to have to be ramped up. As a matter of fact, a piece of breaking news: the groups for the Copa America has already come out, and we now know what group Jamaica will be in. And I will come back to this, but just to kind of whet your appetite a little bit, Jamaica will be in the group with Chile, Venezuela, Panama. So Jamaica will be in Chile, Venezuela, and Panama in the Copa America group. Coming back to that in a second, but just to whet your appetite a little bit. We know that we have qualified for the Nations League. We know we have qualified for the Copa America. What do we need in order to be ready for that? We know Demari Gray is not going to be available for the Nations League semi-final, which again is why I think Ronaldo Cephas needs to be available. So what do we do? How do we prepare for that? I think that well, I think that I think that the preparation that we should be taking is maybe looking at the midfield. It's still a problem that needs to be solved. Damian Lowe, even himself, from what I've heard, is not sure he can play the full 90 minutes in that CDM role. No, he did a very important job for us on Tuesday night, but we need to go shopping again. We need to go looking for other players. Now, there are two ways you can look at it. You can look at it, say, let us go and find players that can fit that role. Or we say, yo, these are the players we have. We have to figure out a way to make them work in the position that we put them. Now, a lot of people don't like Latibeaudiere in that position, and the coach realized that Latibeaudiere wasn't playing the role very well when we played against Canada, and so he substituted him. That subsequently led to the win. So we need to have a serious conversation about how where do we get the next midfielder from? Where are we going to get the next CDM from? You know what I mean? Like, we didn't use Karai Anderson. A lot of people are saying that Karai Anderson, he seems like a player that can do well on both the offensive and the defensive end. However, Karai Anderson is a youngster. So, he doesn't really, it might be that he's not at the place yet where he can, handle the level that that it is. But I mean, Lembe Kisa is handling it. Lembe Kisa is a youngster. Lembe Kisa played very well on Tuesday night. He kind of, I wouldn't say he locked down Alphonso Davis, but he definitely kept him in check. Because Alphonso Davis was marauding down the left-hand side, but he had to cut inside Anytime he got too close to that corner flag right there, he had to go inside. You know, so Lemby Kisa did a job out there. So we can't look at it and say it's because a player is young. Maybe we need to look at Karai Anderson a little bit more and see if he can do the job of midfielder. I personally like Daniel Johnson in the midfield. A lot of people beg to differ. A lot of people believe that Johnson is not the answer. But Johnson, in my opinion, is who we have right now. So I don't want to get rid of Johnson. I want Johnson in the midfield, you know. But in terms of finding a CDM, that's a specialty position that is so important for us, and it's a question. It's a you know, it's a question that has not been answered, and you know, I believe that going into the new year, going into Nations League and subsequently Copa America, we need to answer that question. We need to answer the CDM question. We can't be, by the time Nations League come around, we can't be at a position where we're doing makeshift. You know, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way to Damian Lowe, by the way, because again, he did an excellent job for us on Tuesday night. But even the coaches have said that Damian Lowe won't be the long-term fix. So whosoever that long-term fix is, it's definitely someone that they're going to have to you know, get into the team early and gel them with the team. There's not going to be a lot of time. There's not going to be any opportunities for any friendlies, you know. Yeah, there will be a lot of trial and error done, Booty. Yes, there'll be a lot of trial and error leading up, but there are some places that need more attention than others, and I think that midfield role is definitely one more. I would love to see Karai Anderson more. I know even at Charlton Athletic, they're asking why is it that Jamaica is not playing Karai Anderson more, because they believe in him a lot, you know. So it would be nice to see him get a little bit more chance, a little bit more more of a bite at the cherry. And you know, we need our best players if the coach doesn't see that he's not serious about winning. Yeah. We definitely need, you know, our best players. Yeah, just want to say, you know, if you can hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate your presence and you participating. So if you can just hit the like button, that would be appreciated. The coach openly identified CDM a position and a problem for Jamaica. He mentioned lack of. Okay, right now the comments are coming up and then they fade out. So again, I will fix this for next time. So I'm not seeing everything clearly, but yes, the coach knows that the CDM position is somewhere that needs attention, and so you know we'll be fixing that. So in terms of attracting new players, what are your guys' thoughts about what this will mean for attracting players to Jamaica? I know a lot of people talking about a Mason Greenwood. You know, will we even get Mason Greenwood? We don't know. We don't know. Some people talking about Isaac Hayden. We hear that that's a delicate situation that's being worked on. What do you think us qualifying for the Copa and also qualifying for the Nations League semifinals, what do you think that means in terms of Jamaica attracting better players or more players to come and play for us? Jonathan, we must figure out our final 23 to 19. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I personally think the team that we have right now will form a lot of the core players moving forward. I don't see us needing much strengthening the goalkeeping department. Andre Blake and Jamali Waite is good. The left back and right back position could use some strengthening. I see Lemby Keys as the future. We have Amar and Javane Brown is young, but a lot of people feel how they feel about Javane Brown. And then you have Greg Lee and Amari Bell. Greenwood is a possibility 6%. If that's the case, that would help a lot. If we could get Greenwood to come and play for us, you know, that would help a lot. I would welcome it. You know what I mean? I know there's, the controversy surrounding him, but I personally would welcome him playing for Jamaica. So in the wing back positions, um, Amari Bell and Greg Lee, they're doing a good job right now. We should Ivan Tony, Reese Nelson. Okay, it would be good for having Greenwood for the Copa, Ivan Tony, and Reese Nelson. The Ivan 21 seem a little bit more far fetched because I think he has his sights set on playing for or he had his sights set on playing for England. So I don't know how he will deal with having to leave that thought behind and now playing for Jamaica. That might take some convincing to move him from there to here. Ivan Toney can't play for Jamaica. Okay. How much cap Ivan Toney have for England? How much cap him have for England? Because I don't think you have to have three, he's cap tied to England. Okay. Okay. So I thought you had to have three caps to play to be cap tied. Okay, he's cap tied to England. Okay. I'm fine with that personally. I mean, Ivan Toney, he never seemed like he wanted to play for Jamaica. And personally, for me, if you don't want to play for us, I'm good. And he just went through the same case. 3 if you're under 21. Okay, 3 if you're under 21. I see. Yeah, look, Ivan Toney, if you don't want to play for us, well, he can't play for us. But my opinion on that was, if you don't want to play for us, it's fine. I want people who wants to play for us. So, I mean, okay. Well, I guess if it's one and done since he moved over 21, then, I mean, he's done. Because I don't think he'll be playing back for England again. But, yeah, if we can get Greenwood, that would be awesome. If we can get a Reese Nelson, that would put more pressure on the wing players. But Reese Nelson has to be on form, though. I know we talk about Reese Nelson. He looks like an attractive, he looks like an attractive player for us in terms of his level that he's playing at. So that would be awesome to have him. To have the type of depth we do need depth. We're going to need depth going into the World Cup. Because the World Cup, everybody is getting the best players that they can. And even this World Cup qualifying is not going to be a cakewalk. That loss in Panama. That loss in Jamaica against Canada, and the way Panama is playing, and the fact that Honduras beat Mexico in Honduras tells me that this is not going to be a cakewalk. And Costa Rica is also, I'm pretty sure they're working on making their team ready for the World Cup qualifying schedule. All of these teams see an opportunity to qualify for the World Cup, and they're coming good. I just think that Jamaica, we are in a good place right now in terms of our preparation for World Cup qualifying. With this win on Tuesday night, moving us into the Nations League, we're in a good position. So we need depth in the wing back positions. We have depth in the goalkeeping and wing back positions. It still can use reinforcements. We can always use reinforcements in those positions. In the center of defense, right now I see Ethan Pinnock, who is our number one central defender, and Damian Lowe. Do we have enough depth in that department? Michael Hector and Deshaun Bernard are back. Michael Hector is back. Deshaun Bernard is there too. Is that satisfactory depth? I think they do a decent job. I think they do a decent job when they play. So we'll kind of have to see how they handle the Copa America, for example, because I know we might have to rotate in and rotate out players as we go through. So that looks decent. When you look on the wings, we have Bobby Reid, Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey. That looks good. However, I notice the coach is not two wingers deep on the left side and two wingers deep on the right hand side, because he only carried three wingers this time. And again, I'm a big advocate for Cephas as the fourth winger. So we need extra wingers, but if guys like Reese Nelson gets back, I think he's injured if I'm not mistaken. But if he gets fit again, he gets back on form, and he's willing to come and play for Jamaica, that's going to be another set of competition there, because we have some good wingers. We know that Bobby Reed can play in the midfield sometimes, but I would prefer to play him at the wing position because that is what he's good at. That is what I see he plays best. So that is where I would see him. And then in terms of the forwards, we're looking at Shamar Bowser Nicholson right now, who is doing a fine job. Mikel Antonio. We use Liam Bailey as a striker sometimes, but is Liam Bailey an out-and-out striker? Do we need to be looking for more strikers? Are we comfortable with just Shamar Nicholson and Mikel Antonio? Because in a sense, even though Shamar Nicholson has grown, he has developed now. I think no, he's this window has shown that Shamar Nicholson has matured as a striker and is ready to go to another level if he can maintain this level, for a while. We need to maintain this level for a while. Yeah, of course. I mean, Cephas, but us not know why him not in there. 5 goals in last 4 games. Yeah, Bowser is at a level. If he can maintain that level for a while, I see him moving on to a higher level and we need him there. We need him at a higher level, like the Premier League, because that's gonna help us. That's gonna help his career, obviously, but it's also gonna help Jamaica. But are we comfortable with the strikers that we have? Do we need more depth there? We need another top striker. I mean, Mikel Antonio and Shamar Nicholson, if you really think about it, they do a similar type of job. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think they do a similar. They're holder players. I think, Bowser is a little bit more mobile. You can kind of see it in his game there on Tuesday night. Not that Mikel Antonio is not mobile. I just think that he has a lot of Devante Cole and the Coles. Yeah, he was in camp. Well, I don't know about Devante Cole. He's an anomaly to me. I haven't seen him play. So I don't really know about him. I want to see him play before I can make up my mind about him, before I'm sold about him. Yeah, Antonio is a little older. He's injury prone. He's very good when he plays for us, because a lot of people think that just because he doesn't score any goals means that he's not very valuable to us. And that's not the case at all. He does a lot of hold-up plays, and he takes the pressure off the other wingers and forwards, and I think that's one of the issues for him when he plays for us. He draws so much attention to himself because of who he is that, he doesn't really get to be as mobile because the defenders consider him a threat. So it frees up the space for people like Liam Bailey and Shamar Nicholson, who are more mobile in the game. But I would love to see the Devante Cole, because I really do believe that we need more depth in the striker position. I think, now that Mikel Antonio is injured, if we were to play a game now, right, who do we have as strikers? There's Romario Williams, who he always plays well for Jamaica. I like Romario Williams, but some people might, believe that, we want to see Romario Williams playing at a higher club level. But he plays well when he plays for Jamaica, and he was on form. I thought that Romario Williams should have been the one that came on for Mikel Antonio in the first game in Jamaica. I thought he was the one that should have come on. Yes, people, please hit the like button, man. Really appreciate you being here, but if you can help to send out the video, hit the like button. Really appreciate it. So yes, I would like to see. I would have liked to see Romario Williams replacing Mikel Antonio. But I think the coach was going for someone who can do the same job that Antonio did, and so that's why he put in Trevante Stewart. I think Stewart needs a little bit more development. He needs a little bit more time in Syria. He needs to, yes, and Williams has a good work rate. He needs to a little bit more time in Syria to develop to become the type of player that we need him to become. And so for now, I want to see him play a little bit more in Syria and do well there before having him being a forward that we rely on in this national team. So he has an opportunity to stake a claim in this team, Trevante Stewart, but he has to perform at his club. And so I think we need a little bit of depth there. And so, if you really think about the totality of, the team, you could say in all of the positions, the wing positions, the wing back positions, the center of defense, and the goalkeeping department, you could say that we have depth in those positions. But when you look at the midfield and the striker positions, we need a little bit more. We need to look for more people. And it's not that the people who are there is not good. It's just that we don't have depth there. For example, God forbid, I don't even want to say it to them. I don't even want to say it, but the reality is there. If Bowser did forget injured right now, like who could we replace him in that would be that lethal? You know what I mean? So we that is something we really need for think about. But knock on wood, nothing happen to Bowser. I don't want nothing happen to him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, more want him play. More want him stay up on top of things. If you get my drift. So, me have a whole heap of things I want to talk about to them. I think I'm going to get you all of them, but I'm going to just try and talk to them. Hall Grimson, do you think Hall Grimson, the Reggae Boys have now arrived? Think about this. We are, and this is why I want to have my guest on. He's not on, but I want to discuss this. Do you think that now that the Reggae Boys have made it to the semifinals of the Nations League, right? That means technically we should be ranked at least 4 in CONCACAF, right? Now, I don't know if that is going to be official. I don't know if we need to play more games to solidify that for us to be technically top 4. But as of right now, the 4 remaining teams in the CONCACAF Nations League is Jamaica, USA, Mexico, and Panama. As a result of that, we can consider ourselves top 4, at least for Nations League. So, what does that mean for us? Can we now say that we have arrived, or we have done enough to get where we need to be? Not that we can take our foot off the gas. Obviously, that can't happen. But are we now turning that? Have we now begun to turn the corner in terms of being in the upper echelon of CONCACAF? One of the ambitions that this coach said he wants to be in. No, I just want match. Sure. Good. Okay. Let's explore that. We know that the coach did say that that the one of his ambitions is for us to be top 4. Can we say he has achieved that? In terms of Nations League, yes, but I tend to agree with you, Dan, when you say, we can't say we did it yet because, like, it's just a one match. This is the first time in history we have beaten Canada in Canada. And really, it was just one great, profound second half that really got us there. The fact that we're working progress, moving in the right direction, right? The fact that over 4 halves of football, the 2 halves in Jamaica and the 2 halves in Canada, we really could say, even the Canadians were saying it, Canada played 3 good halves of football, but in the very last half of the 4 halves, if you want to look at it at quarters, in the very last quarter, they collapsed, and that cost them the entire tie. So I would say Jamaica needs more consistency. Beating one big team is great, is awesome. We have gotten to a point where we can now, sit a little on the top of the hill and feel the breeze blowing at the top of the hill. But can we stay at the top of the hill is the question. We have climbed the mountain. We are sitting on top of the hill, but can we stay on top of the hill? Because there's a lot of people trying to climb and take your position. So what does it take to stay at the top of the hill? Right there. It's going to take depth in our positions. It's going to take that heart that Damian Lowe played with on Tuesday night. Again, I can't say enough how that is a lesson to us. The way how Damian Lowe played is a lesson to us to teach the players that this is how you win in CONCACAF. You get me? Not just, you have to have grit and guts, right? So there is that. But it's going to take us being more consistent and winning trophies too. It's going to take us winning some trophies. And the Nations League is a good opportunity for us to win a trophy. We have never won a CONCACAF trophy before. We have never won a CONCACAF trophy before. So it would be nice for us to, see if we can we can win this tournament. It's not going to be easy, because beating the USA A team in the United States, it's not going to be easy. And I'm planning on being there in Dallas to witness it. You know what I mean? Because I am definitely firmly on the Reggae Boyz train, right to the way, all the way to the World Cup. We want to see them in the World Cup, so we're going to be with them there. So have they arrived to the party, and are they there to say maybe not 100% yes, but we are a work in progress. Hallgrimson, he has done a good job, and we have to call a spade a spade. We have to call a spade a spade. Hallgrimson has done a good job. And I think the questioning of Hallgrimson should die down now. Give him the time to work with this team. I know there are issues. I think the fans were right when we said that Latibodir wasn't the player for the midfield, and Hallgrimson never really wanted to concede that point at all. He wanted to keep Latibodir there, but then he saw how Latibodir played in Canada, and he had to make that move. And the fans were saying that a long time ago. So we still need to keep the pressure on the team. We still need to keep the pressure on the team, because, if we don't, I personally think that the fans coming out and talking and talking about the team and making suggestions has caused the team to improve. The constant conversation about the Reggae Boyz have caused this team to improve. And we give thanks. We give thanks for all the fans who come out there and make their voices heard. We still need to go and support the team, and so on. So we give thanks for it, but that has helped the team. But I think right now Hallgrimson needs the time to work with the team more, and this that he has achieved says to us that he is capable of steering us in the right direction. I don't think Canada realized what hit them in the second half. Yeah, I personally think that Canada underestimated us. And if you want to see what move embodied Canada underestimating us, look what the goalkeeper did before the first goal was scored. He was there controlling the chest and started juggle. You say, it's like, yeah, we're good now. We got this in the bag. And then boys are making him know something else, So they underestimate Jamaica, and they paid dearly for it. So So from this qualification to Copa America, Jamaica, the JFF now will get more money, right? Jamaica will get more money. JFF will get more money. We don't know how much that is. I would really love to find out exactly how much it is. I really don't want to hear any more money problems coming out of the JFF, but they're getting money for that qualification. I even think that they will get money for qualifying for the Nations League semifinals as well. So there's a lot of money coming into the JFF coffers, and we want to see that money be put to good use, JFF. You know what I mean? We want to see the money be put to good use. I am not one of those people who are going to come in here and say who must be in office or who must be in office. We just want to know that whosoever is in office, you use the money well, you use the money wisely, and you put it to good use. And we don't want to hear things like FIFA coming and saying, I have to tell you, say, yo, you need to stop, make so many people go to games. You know, they shouldn't have to be coming and telling you how to use your money because you're not managing it well. Manage it well so that they don't have to tell you anything. So please, JFF, do that. So I hope the money get put to good use. And we're going to hold we're going to keep to continue holding the JFF accountable for the way they do things. I mean, I personally, I'm not a huge fan of the way or the controversies in the media. Exactly. We don't want to feel like you're putting the money in your pocket, JFF. Because the constant controversy in the media is not a good look for the program. So we really need, if you take the money and put it to good use, pay the players on time, and pump back money into the grassroots of the football, and let's not hear that the JFF don't have any money and stuff like that, and you're broke and you can't do this, because we don't want to hear that. Use the money wisely. So we're going to keep you accountable. And I'm just going down my list of things right here. Leon Bailey, support Leon Bailey. He never had a great, window this window, because he got a lot of chances and didn't score. Support him. He needs our support. No, I'm going to wrap this up soon, because my plan was to have my guests on, and we were going to chop up some of this, but I promise the next time we do a live, I will have it figured out. So I'm going to keep this to about 1 hour. So I have about 8 more minutes left, and then I will close. Again, thank you for being here. If you're in the building and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. We really appreciate your presence. And yeah, we appreciate the support. But so the criticism from the media, the criticism from the media of the Reggae Boyz. I want to touch on those two things: the criticism of the media from the Reggae Boyz, criticism of the media to the Reggae Boyz, and finally the Jamaican fan support. When I even get into that. But the criticism, is it always fair? What do you guys think about how we criticize the players all the time? The players, the players, they go out there and they try the best that they can. They get a lot of criticism from the media and from the the fans a lot. Do you think it's always fair? The criticism always fair. I know people tend to go over the top because we're fans, and if you really think about the word fan, it's the prefix, or it's a part of the word fanatic. So we really get fanatical about the football, and we know it's because of passion and there's love for the game why people really kind of go off the way they do. But I am an advocate for being careful how we criticize the players. They need support more than they need criticism. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying that we shouldn't criticize them. Look, me criticize them because like if me see a player now play good, you see me, and me feel like him could have do better. Me a champ at the bit, with Liam Bailey, but at the same time when all is said and done, the man is a good player for we, he's a good representation of Jamaica, you know. Let us be a little bit more constructive in our criticism and be mindful, say, yo, these guys are human beings too. They're not just objects on a field playing, that is just there for our entertainment, So, I don't think it's always fair. Some of the criticism I hear, so these so-called media are embarrassing sometimes with their questions to the coach. I heard a guy say just use Bailey after. Okay, yeah. Some people want to tell the coach how to use Bailey and all of that. Yeah, I mean, we need to be careful, how we talk about the players and how we support them, and especially at this time where we see them go out and put them heart and everything on the line. We need to support them, we really need to support them, So one for that, and then finally the fan support, fans, man. Like, when we go and see Guatemala and how much people they in the stadium. Guatemala side not even big like our one now, our side up on a, Jamaica side up on a different level right now. And when you go to a Guatemala game, no matter who they're playing, you see people full out the stadium. But then when you look at Jamaica versus Canada in the man in the one where they play Canada, like when you look around the stadium, nobody not there. But no one's a son at and them thing there, but like, man, like, and how much country would I love to have the type of son at what we have? And everybody does stay away, man. I say, John don't start. It just kind of feel away because like then the home crowd, the hometown is not really an advantage. You're there playing in Jamaica and at home, but it doesn't become an advantage because you don't really feel the support. And the people who were there cheered. Don't get me wrong, they were cheering and they were spurring on the players and everything. But it's a difference when you see the whole stadium line round. And me used to go stadium back in the day before Jamaica. See, yeah, you were surrounded by Guatemalan fans. Yeah, a couple of weeks. Yeah, that I saw it go all the time when I go to Jamaica. Every time I go a match, a Jamaica match, every time I go a Jamaica match, right? I see people, I see more of the opposing team fans than I see Jamaican fans. And especially right to say in the US, you can't really tell me say enough Jamaicans here. Because you have Jamaicans in a Boston, in a Connecticut, in a New York, in a DC, in a Philadelphia, in a Miami. You see me? And then everybody were there Jamaicans. And at them place the Jamaica play a match. Right? So I don't understand why. I don't know what it takes for us to come out and support the team. I mean, that is true, Drew Ross. The diaspora support the team a little bit more, because when I went to the game in Toronto, and to be honest with you, I saw more Jamaican fans in that game than what I saw on TV when we played them in Kingston. And I wasn't there, so maybe somebody in the stadium might have a little bit a different perspective, but trust me, there was fans all over Toronto BMO Field, Jamaican fans. All over. Even the coach came out and said it. Even Hal Grimson came out and said, he was surprised to see the amount of fans that was there. Yeah, yes, I agree with that too. JFF needs to do a better job in promoting, but they're still everybody's on Instagram now. Everybody's on Instagram now. So it's, and they're putting stuff out there. And so JFF is using social media. I'm not going to put this 100% at the feet of the JFF. You know what I mean? The JFF has a role to play. I think they can do a better job in promoting it. But at the end of the day, our fans need to come out a little bit more. Yeah, see, yeah, JFF said the game was free. JFF said the game was free on Saturday morning, and the stadium is still empty. That's embarrassing. You know, that's embarrassing. It's unacceptably embarrassing. You know, because like what more you can't say is because the team now win. You can't say it's because the team now win. The team is winning now. So, you know, we need to do a better job of that. And yeah, we need to do a better job of that. But anyway, people, we reached the 1 hour mark, and just read this one. Even with our reggae girls, when the playing the stadium should have been packed. They knew the girls. Yeah, yes, of course. You know, we need to. I don't know what needs to happen for us to get more of our fans out. As I was saying earlier, me used to go stadium back in the day, right after the 98 World Cup, because to be honest with you, before Jamaica they qualified for 98 World Cup, me used to just watch it on TV. I'm gonna be honest, you know, and Captain Ross Burrell was doing a good job getting out people to come out. But stadium they ram them time there. And then after the 98 World Cup, when they have Clovis, the Oliveira, and then people there, you know, stadium they still ram. People there come out and watch Jamaica for playing, even though them time they were still never there qualify for World Cup. But like there was a momentum, there was a vibe, there was an energy, and people did love come out to see Jamaica play in a stadium. But I don't know what. Yeah, Money Cup final have more people. I don't know what it means, what we need to do to get Jamaican fans to come out. And it's not that they can't. I don't believe it's a money issue, because sometimes, like, you know, the amount of money cheap. I don't know if 15 bills is too much, you know, or if grand is too much. Between grand and 15 bills them charge for going bleachers, and I'm gonna say that too much. But yet, you know, we don't want to bring up the Chris Brown concert thing, because, you know, people come and bring up people got the Chris Brown concert, and them don't come at the game. And yes, I understand that JFF is corrupt. I understand that, you know, the way how them administer the football turn people off. You know what I mean? The way how them deal with things. You know, some people didn't even like some of the JFF officials them. And me not there for blame me for that. But we cannot allow their mismanagement for cool our fire for our team. You know, or we can't allow what them do for make we don't support our team. You know, because at the end of the day, if the JFF is not doing a good job, you know, and we use our disgust towards the JFF to make the actual team suffers, then we don't have no football to talk about. And then we don't feel good. We don't say everybody gotta go work next week with a pep in them step, with a bounce in them, you know, in them walk, because, you know, we qualify for the Copa America. We did so good. That is what winning does. That is what Jamaica winning does. It makes your week better. You know what I mean? You have a better week. You know, so at least for me, we can say that. So we need to figure out a way to get the more fans out. I'm really uncomfortable with seeing, especially a big game like the Canada game, and nobody to come out. A joke thing that, man. A joke thing that. And after it be free, nah, man. We need to do a better job than that. But anyway, people, I'm gonna leave it here. It's been an hour, and you know, I again thank you for you know, being here. And the way out, please smash the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, take care of yourself. Peace out. I'm out.